to Wrestling World. Today we'll be taking a look at a big development to Retribution's group. We'll also be talking about another update regarding Aalyah and her WWE role. Let's start things off with Retribution. We talked about it last week. I said that the attacks were getting old already. It wasn't adding anything to Retribution's story anymore, and they were becoming a bit stale and repetitive. Thankfully, WWE was aware of this problem, and we finally got what I've been talking about for weeks now. We got some actual lines of dialogue from these Retribution members. So let's jump into the dialogue from the Retribution members and break it down as much as we possibly can. Here's what the Retribution members had to say. "This Thunderdome is only a facade. Behind this mountain of screens is the same foundation, the same WWE as before. The same behemoth who discarded and disowned us, leaving us to survive in an unfair world where the powerful continue to grow, while we are left to feed on nothing but the scraps of contempt. But contempt is a powerful motivator. We are driven to destroy, to lay waste to every superstar and every fan. Blinded, you cannot see what you do not have. So the locus of contempt will feed upon all of you. The darkness of Retribution will sleep into the pores of every superstar in all of your so-called universe. We are Retribution." So credit to WWE for finally switching things up from the same old attacks and actually giving us some dialogue to work with. I really enjoyed seeing this promo, and it was a much needed change up for how the group has been booked in recent weeks. Even though it's phenomenal that we finally got some words from them, they honestly didn't give us anything that we didn't know before. Everything that was said was basically already known, so I appreciate the promo, but there still isn't much new Retribution content to really indulge in from this promo. But let's break it down line by line and see what we can make out of it. "This Thunderdome is only a facade." This is the first short line we hear from Retribution, but it does speak volumes on how they feel about WWE. Let's look at the official definition of the word facade. Facade is an outward appearance that is maintained to conceal a less pleasant or credible reality. So we're working with something there. I think that's a great line. Retribution is basically saying, hey, don't get distracted by the amazing appearance and visuals of the Thunderdome. It's still the same old WWE, and they are hiding something behind all these fancy lights and new arenas. I love it. Even though we already assumed that the group was very anti-WWE, it's still great to get confirmation from them that they aren't fans of the company and believe that they're hiding things. The next line says, "The same WWE as before, the same behemoth who discarded and disowned us." Another key word that's very descriptive there is behemoth. The definitions for behemoth say the following: a huge or monstrous creature, something enormous, especially a big and powerful organization. So I really like the usage of that word there by Retribution as well. You're calling them a powerful organization, but it has that double meaning of being a huge, monstrous creature. That was a really nice touch there as well. Retribution then claims that WWE did discard and disown them, leaving them to only go after the scraps of contempt. Contempt is another key word from their promo. The definition for contempt says, "the feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration or worthless." That's another word I like from their promos as well. They tell us that after WWE disowned them, they were left feeling worthless and just felt beneath everyone. However, since they all shared that same feeling of contempt, it brought them all together to form this group and to get their revenge. They finished the promo by saying that the darkness of Retribution will reach every superstar and member of their universe. That works. That basically covers up their backstory and origins. So let's run through that whole promo again and just explain it in easier terms. They seem to be hinting at the fact that WWE is hiding something really ugly behind all the stunning visual presentations they give us. They admit to being part of WWE at one time, but WWE disowned them, which could possibly refer to releasing them. And when WWE didn't show any signs of caring about them after they got rid of them, that's when the group saw WWE for what they really are, and that's how the group got together. That's their origin story. I like it. It's not too complex and detailed, but it'll work. The only issue I have is when the members say that they were disowned and discarded. What are they specifically referring to? Did WWE just ignore their talent? Did WWE actually fire them? I think we're missing some more critical information there. My understanding that they were all fired, but here's where the issue for me comes into play. If you're saying that these superstars are fired, wouldn't we have to actually have evidence that they were fired for the group to make sense? Like, let's use Vanessa Bourne for example. She's been one of the highly rumored members. If she or any other NXT superstar is going to be a part of this group, doesn't that mean that they have to be fired first for it to actually make sense? That's where the bad logic comes into play for me. How can they say that WWE disowned and discarded them when these same Retribution members are still competing on NXT every week? That's the biggest plot hole for me right now, if in fact the story is that these members were fired and abandoned by WWE. If that's the story, then I feel like WWE should stage a couple of releases just to add to the realism of Retribution's backstory. For example, WWE can tweet something out like, "Breaking, Vanessa Bourne released. More information to follow," and keep doing that for the next few members every so often, and it'll make sense and will add to their story. WWE does this sort of thing all the time, so why not do it here to help Retribution's story? Look at Sonya Deville and her loser leaves WWE situation. Obviously, Sonya is still with WWE. That was just their storyline version of firing her. So why not do the same thing here and fake fire all these Retribution members? That's the only little pet peeve I have with their backstory right now, but besides that, I really enjoyed the promo. Fans have also paid close attention to the bodies and the voices during the promos, and they were able to discover some of the members' identities. Fans claim that the top left member during the promo was Mojo Rawley. That's quite the surprise because we all assumed that they were NXT superstars. That's not the case anymore, it seems. Mojo Rawley even responded to the fan theory by liking the tweets from the fan that called him out. NXT's Dominik and Mercedes Martinez are some of the easier to notice members in the group as well. So it's off to a good start for Retribution. That was an improvement from their usual attacks. We just have to wait and see what the future holds for them. Rey Mysterio's family went trending again this week after they closed out Raw with that big moment of beating up Murphy. Obviously, Rey's wife Angie won't be wrestling, but the buzz and curiosity around Rey Mysterio's daughter, Aalyah, continues to grow. We talked last week about her brief appearance and how she hasn't played a role. Well, that changed this week. Aalyah was at ringside and assisted the whole family on beating down Murphy. WWE had an interview with Aalyah and the rest of the family after Raw ended. Aalyah said, "It definitely felt good getting him back for Dominik, because just watching at home and feeling like I can't do anything about it, you know? Being able to go on the ring and hit him with those kendo sticks, it was awesome. I loved it." The commentators and Charlie Caruso both acknowledged Aalyah on Raw. Aalyah even took part in a WWE photoshoot after Raw ended. So that's a little interesting as well. What is WWE doing with those pictures of Aalyah? Could they be used as renders for Aalyah? Could they be using them for future graphics? We just don't know right now, but it does make you really think and wonder. Everything we've seen over the last few weeks really continues to bring up that speculation and curiosity of Aalyah possibly joining the WWE in the future. Maybe it's to manage her brother after Rey retires. Maybe she wants her own singles career. Maybe it was just a few guest appearances and she won't be back on WWE television. We'll have to wait and see what the future holds for Aalyah and for Dominik. Dominik also had an impressive showing on Raw. That sunset flip really was something special as well, so credit to him for having a great showing. But what are your thoughts on the Retribution promo, and what did you think about all the speculation about Aalyah and WWE? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.